one that, okay, good morning, everybody. I believe the mics are on. This one we'll put on. Is this one on? Can you hear it? Yeah. Good. And you can hear this one, definitely. Oh, yeah. Yes. Hi, Sarah. Shabbat Shalom. Good. Okay, let's make a few notes on who's doing what. Okay. So, that'll be Goldie. That's Guzman. Okay. Good. Divorce, so it's Haftorah, that's Sam and Al. Good. Okay. Good. Let's get out my purple. Okay, good morning, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. And to those online, welcome to their morning Simply Shabbat. We'll begin with the ceremony for putting on the talit, the blessing over the talit, which can be found on page 289. 289. And in the brackets as well. There we go. Okay. Okay. Bless Adonai, O my soul. Adonai, my God, how great you are. You are robed in glory and majesty, wrapping yourself in light as a garment, spreading forth the heavens as a curtain. And together, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitzanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehit'atef b'tzitzit. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to wrap ourselves in the fringes. Okay, we turn to page 288 and the opening song of Modeh Ani. Modeh Ani lefanecha melech chai v'kayam shechazarta binishmati b'chemla B'chemla Rabba emunatecha. Okay, page 287. And would some first reader like to read at the bottom, we give thanks on 287? It should be on. Try it.
We give thanks to you, O God, for this Shabbat day, which unites us as a community of faith and hope.
For the holiness of Shabbat, which can lead us to fulfill the best that is in us, we give thanks.
For the memories of Shabbat enriched by generations of our people who observed it, and from it true courage to face hardship and light to banish darkness, we are grateful.
We offer thanks for the peace of Shabbat, the day consecrated to family love.
O God, our turning to you exalts our humanity. You are the joy of our life, the source of its greatness, its power, and its beauty.
Help us, O God, to find inspiration for the coming week.
Help us to find peace within ourselves and one another. Thank you, Michael. Okay, next reader on page Page 292, the soul. 292, the soul.
The soul that you have given me, O God, is pure. You created and formed it, breathed it into me, and within me you sustain it. So long as I have breath, therefore, I will give thanks to you, my God, and the God of all ages, source of all being, loving guide of every human spirit. Baruch atah Adonai, asher b'yado nefesh kol
Nefesh kol chai v'ruach kol basar ish. Thank you. Okay. We turn ahead now to page 293 with the Nisim B'chol Yom, the miracles of the everyday. And before we do that, anyone have any good nachas or simchas? Any miracle, small, great, whatever, to mention? Go ahead.
I passed the clinical licensure exam. I'm now fully licensed.
Good. Mazel tov. Mazel tov.
We welcome Michael as
Yes.
a full-fledged member of our congregation.
Mazel tov, Michael. It's beautiful. Good to see you.
Yes.
Yes. Anyone else? No? I would just like to thank Adonai for getting me back here, getting me on my feet. I'm improving, not quite there. You think you're ready, but your buddy says, not quite. But thank for all your concern. Appreciate it. Okay. So we're on top of page 293 with the Nisim B'chol Yom, the miracles of the everyday. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan l'chevki bina l'chavchin ben yom uvein laila. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokeach ivrim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokev kefufim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam roka haaretz al hamayim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamechin mitzadei gaver. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam malbish harumim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanoten layav koach. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hameir shnei mi'enai utnuma mi'afapai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shesane b'tzelem Elohim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shenei ben chorim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shesane Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ozer Yisrael b'tifara. Baruch, now, for the Torah, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam oter Yisrael b'tifara. Now, for Torah, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Blessed are you, Adonai, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to engage with words of Torah. Page 298. 298. Next reader on 298 in the middle. Where's the... Okay, 298.
These are things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study, morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all.
Thank you, Sam. Okay, we move ahead to page top of 303 for the Ashrei. Please join with me, if you're able, in the Hebrew. Ashrei Yosrei Veitecha, Od Yehalalucha Selah, Ashrei Ha'am Shechacha Lo, Ashrei Ha'am Shadonai Elohav, Tila David, Aramimcha Elahai HaMelech, Avrecha Shimcha Li'olam Va'ed, B'chol Yom Avarchecha, V'halala Shimcha Li'olam Va'ed, Gadol Adonai Mod Mod, U'lalato Ein Chaker, Dor V'dor Yisbach Ma'asecha, U'gviratecha Yagidu, Hadar Kavod Hodecha, V'divrei Niflotecha Asicha, V'zuz Naratecha Yameru, U'galatcha Saprena, Zecher Rav Tuva Yabihu, V'tzikacha Yiranenu, Chanun V'rachamun Adonai, Erech Apayim U'kol Chesed, Tov Adonai Lecho, Rachamav Al Kol Ma'asav, Yaducha Kol Ma'asecha, V'achsidecha Yevarchucha, Kivod Malchutcha Yameru, U'gvuratecha Yadaberu, L'odia Livnei Adam Kivorotav, U'kavod Hadar Malchuto, Malchut Kol Amim, U'memshalkecha B'chol Dor V'ador, Somech Adonai L'chol HaNoflim, V'zokev K'lechol HaKefufim, Einecho Elecha Yisaberu, V'ata Noten Lachem Et Achlam Yito, Poteach Et Yadecha, U'maspia L'chol Ratzon, Tzadik Adonai B'chol Dirachav, V'chasidav B'chol Ma'asav, Karov Adonai L'chol Karov, L'chol Asher Yikra'u B'emet, Ratzon Yirav Yaseh, V'rashachav Yashmid V'yoshiem, Shomer Adonai L'chol Avav, V'et Kol HaYarshim Yashmid, Tehillat Adonai Yidaber Pi, V'yiveret Kol Basar Shem Kadsho Li'olam Va'ed, V'anachnu Nevarech Yah, Me'ata V'yad Olam, Hallelujah. And page 308, the next reader, 308, with We Acknowledge You.
We acknowledge that you alone awaken the sleeping, arouse those who are not alert, give speech to the mute, and you loosen the bonds of captives, supporting the fallen, and strengthening those who are bent over. You alone do we acknowledge.
Thank you.
Even
Okay.
if our mouths were full of song as the sea, and our tongues full of joy in countless waves, and our lips full of praise as wide as the sea's expanse, and were our eyes to give off light like the sun and moon, if our hands were spread out like heaven's eagles, and our feet swift like the young deer, we could never thank you adequately, Adonai, our God and God of our ancestors, or bless your name for 1,000 of the many thousands, or tens of thousands, the countless times that you granted us good things to our ancestors and to us.
Thank you. Okay, we move ahead now to page 312 for the Chatzi Kaddish, 312. Yitkara v'yitkara shemei rabba. B'yalma divracha chiyutei v'yemlich machutei. V'chayekon uv'yomechon uv'chayerecho beit Yisrael. Bagalav uvizman kariv v'yimeru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach v'olam olam me'almaya yitbarach v'yistabach v'yisbar v'yisroman v'yisnaseh v'yisadar v'yisalev v'yisalal shmei kedusha b'rechu Leila min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran bi'alma v'imeru. Amen. On 313, please rise for the call to worship. Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach. Le'olam v'ed. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due now and forever. On page 314, the next reader, the world is sunlight. 314. Next reader.
The world is sunlight, restoring the soul, rejoicing the heart, bringing light to the eyes. Lord, welcome to the gold, the Torah from heaven. I have no light to give in the morning. My Torah is my special human gift. His words. As I bring my words forth from silence, welcome them. You who redeems the sun from darkness.
Yotzer Hamarot. Okay, as we turn ahead now to page 318 and declare together, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kivod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Be seated, please. We continue at the top of 319, V'ahavta. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha v'chol miyadecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavacha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibartam bam v'shivtacha v'veitecha v'vlechtecha v'derech v'shachbecha v'kumecha v'kshartam liyot al yadecha v'hayu l'tatafot b'neinecha v'ktavtam hamizot beitecha v'visharecha leman tizkaru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem mi'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem. Okay, we're on 321. Next reader, sing the psalm.
Sing the song of men and women, join and understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to live no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
Thank you. Good. We turn ahead to our Song of Freedom, Mi Chamocha, at the top of 322. Mi Chamocha be'elim Adonai, Mi Chamocha nedor b'kodesh, norati lo osef eleh. Shira Chadasha, Shibu Gelulim, Lesimchat al Savarayam, Yachad Kulam Hodu, V'yim Lechu V'yamru, Adonai, Li'emloch Li'olam Va'ed, Zor Yisroel, Kuma B'Yezras Yisroel, Ufanechem Mecha Yehuda V'Yisroel, Go Aleinu Adonai Tzavot Shemo, Kadosh Yisrael, Baruch Atah Adonai, Gal Yisrael. On page 325, arise as we're able for the beginning of Tefillah. 323. Adonai Sifatai Tiftach, Ufia Gitehilotecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu, V'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibur V'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chastei Avot V'imahot, U'mei V'gula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo B'yava, Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham V'ezrat Sarah. Atah Yibor Li'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atah Rav Lo Shia, Morid Hatal, Mekachel Chayim B'chesed, Mechayei HaKol B'rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim, Rofech Oalim, Umatir Asurim, Kayem Emunato, Lishenei Ofor, Michamo Kabal Givurot, Umidam Eloch, Melech Memit, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'amanata Hakayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechayei HaKol. Nikadesh Tzimcha B'Elam, Shem Shemakdeshim Oto B'Smei Marom, Kol Yad Neviecha, V'Karaz El Zevi Amar, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzivot, Melo Koharetz, Kivodo, Adir, Adirenu, Adonai, Adonenu, Madir Shimcha B'chol Haaretz, Baruch Kivod Adonai, Mim Kamo, Echadu Eloheinu, Uavinu Malkeinu, Umoshienu V'hu Yashmienu, Berachamav Li'nei Kochai, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Yimloch Adonai Li'olam, Elohai Zion, Ledor Vador, Hallelujah. Ledor Vador Nagid God Lecha, L'netzach Netzachim Kedusha Nakdish, V'shiv kalcha lehenu mipinu lo yamush li'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. Be seated, please. Please join with me at the top of 329 for Yismechu. 329. Yismechu b'malachutacha shomrei 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 Shabbat korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu b'malachutacha shomrei 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 Shabbat korei oneg Shabbat. Am Mekadesh Shavi Shabbat Kulam Yisbu V'yitangu mitu Echa Shabbat Yismechu V'malachutacha Shomrei 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 Shabbat Korei Oneg Shabbat V'hashvi V'tzeta Bo Ratzita b'v'kedashta Shabbat Chemdat Yamim O Tokarata Shabbat Yismechu b'malachutacha Shomrei 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 Shabbat Korei Oneg Shabbat Zecher L'masei Bereshit Shabbat Zecher L'masei Bereshit Shabbat Yismechu b'malachutacha Shomrei 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 Shabbat Korei Oneg Shabbat. On page 329, read with me at the bottom of the page together the meaning of Shabbat. The meaning of Shabbat is to celebrate time rather than space. 6 days a week, we live under the tyranny of things of space. On Shabbat, we try to become attuned to holiness in time. It is a day on which we are called upon to share in what is eternal in time, to turn from the results of creation to the mystery of creation, from the world of creation to the creation of the world. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Okay, the next reader, page 330, on this Shabbat day.
On this Shabbat day, as you graciously receive our prayers, help us to hear your call. Grant us enough health to fulfill our duties and the compassion we need to attend to others. Teach us humility that we may perceive our own faults, and grant us the wisdom to be forgiven of others. Give us the courage to be true to our highest selves and the charity to see the best in those around us. Give us patience enough not to become discouraged, hope enough to overcome all fears for the future, and faith enough to know your presence. O source of blessing, look with favor upon us. May our offerings be acceptable to you. We praise you, Adonai, whom alone we serve in reverence.
Baruch atah Adonai shadcha levadecha b'yira navod. Now, we turn ahead to 334 for a prayer for peace. Sim Shalom at the top. And Goldie. Page 334. Thank you, Goldie. We pause now for some personal meditation or prayer, or from the readings found in the book. Take a moment, and we'll conclude with, on page 337, Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom Bimramav, Oyaseh Shalom Aleinu, Eyal Kol Yisrael, Imru, Imru, Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Eyal Kol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. Now we move ahead to the core central portion of the service often, the Kiryat Torah, the reading of Torah and study. And let's see. Bruce, join me please at the York. And please rise, we're on page 363. I'm sorry, 364. 364. 364. Please rise. Yeah. Devar Adonai, Me'Yerushalayim, Baruch Shenatan, Torah, Torah, Baruch Shenatan, Torah, Torah, Li'amo Yisrael, B'kedushato, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Gadol Shemo, Gadol Adonai Iti, Unaramama Shemo Yachdav, Adonai Hagedul, Hagevura, Hageveret, Yonei Safiyahu, Kiko Bashamayim Uvaret, Kiko Bashamayim Uvaret, Leko Adonai, Hamam Lacham, Amis Aseh, Leko gemilut hasadim. Al haTorah, v'yal avodah, v'yal gemilut hasadim. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam, ha'olam, omein. Thank you. Be seated, please. Oh, here it is. Okay. Today, we continue traveling in the book of Devarim, Deuteronomy, the fifth book of the Torah. The parsha today is entitled Akev, and the title is taken from the second word in verse 12 of chapter 7, which appears on 1379 in our commentary. And Akem can be translated as on the heels of, on the heel of. And this refers to a result of the Israelites' people's obedience to God's instructions. Because of, this is what you get good, more or less. And we have someone else where the term Akev, the heel. Does anybody remember that? Jacob and Esau, yes, that's another reminder as well. So it can be broadly, or it can mean a specific part of the body or an idea. Great, thank you. Okay, briefly, the topics in this include one of Moses' many discussions and commentaries to the people, include the results of their obeying Adonai's commandments and instructions. Treatment of the people in the promised land that they're about to enter. The good life that loyalty and obedience to Adonai offers versus the opposite behaviors. There's a review of the people's past behavior missteps, and then there's a review of the good land that awaits them. And we'll be discussing these in a very few moments. But now, please join with me, or would someone like an Aliyah? Anyone? Go ahead.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher b'chabana mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah. Amen.
Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Goldie. Thank you. We're on page 368, the blessing after Torah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam notam b'derechenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Thank you, Bruce. This is good. Okay. Thank you, Goldie, and thank you, Bruce. Doesn't want to stay. There, stay. Like my dog. Okay. And we move on to page 371, in remembering those who, through illness or personal issues, cannot be among us or are not healthy or able to do for themselves. And we'll turn to 371. Unfortunately, we have a lengthy list. So we remember the following people in our thoughts for a blessing for healing. Right? We remember today Norm Godfrey, Sophia Gaia Siegel, Flora Hans, Sarah Gardner, Cindy DiRicio, Harry Greenberg, Frida Shapiro, Judy Fowler, Cindy Rosenberg, Karen Mara, Brian Zabel, Nick Bod, Deb Nielsen, Moshe Ben Elizabeth Theodore, Rosalie Middleman, Jennifer Ness, Mel Klein, George Goldstein, Harriet Eisner, Carla Tech, Linda Drachman, Chaim Ben David, Eileen Davidson, Craig Davison, Hugh Morton, Art Bond, Roberta Levine, Jordan Steinberg, Lisa Galda, Ed Crosby, Myra Kaplan, Jeff Schaefer, Marion Gwertz, Louis Alahut, Carol Schaefer, Mary Mednitsky, Jocelyn Jackson, Jen Jones, Shirley Friedlander, Michael Infante, Gary Garnick, Ann Marsden, Rick Ulrich, Eliana Cohn, and I would like to add George Bishop and Murray Moskowitz. And those online, please add it in the chat, a name if you wish, and please among the congregants here as well.
Walter Fett.
Ari Deutsch, Robin Lee, Mark Grossman, Joel Grossman, Randy Willis, Dan Lee, Randy Jacobs, Nick Lott, Ariel Nate,
Walter Fett.
Alan Richmond.
Okay, so for their hope for recovery and improvement, we turn to page 371, Misha Berach in the middle of the page. Goldie? Thank you, Goldie. We turn now to our prophetic reading, which is from the book of Isaiah, chapter 49, starting on verse 14, which can be found in the books, on the commentary on 1599, 1599. And Isaiah was a 6th century BCE prophet who were the basic leaders of the people in exile, since they had lost their homeland due to the Babylonian conquering. And the connection is not a name this week, but the connection between the two, Moses during the Parsha reviews Adonai's dealings with the people. And in this, we see Isaiah's words of consolation after, indeed, punishment, which happened under Moses as well, punishment by Adonai. This is the second Shabbat of consolation after the sad day of Tisha B'Av, which has just occurred recently, a few weeks ago. So we start with the blessings before. Join with me, page 372. 372. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nviim tovim v'ratzav d'ivrehem haneman b'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'torah Moshe Abdo, Israel Amo, Uvenviei Haemet V'Tzedek. Okay, Hal? I'm sorry, Sam.
Zion says, the Lord has forsaken me. My Lord has forgotten me. Can a woman forget her baby, or disown the child of her womb? Though she might forget, I never could forget you. See, I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. Your walls are ever before me. Swift
Thank you, Sam. Would you please join with me? The blessing after Haftarah 372, page 372. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, tzur kol haolamim, tzadik b'chol hadarot, el haneman hamer v'oseh, hamdaber umkayem, shekol devarav emet b'tzedek. Al haTorah, Yal Avodah, Yal Avim, Yal Yom HaShabbat Hazeh, Shenatata Lanu, Adonai Eloheinu, Likdusha v'limnucha, Lechavod u'tefaret, Al HaKol, Adonai Eloheinu, Anachnu modim la, Umvarchim ota, Yitbarach Shimcha, B'fi Chol Chai, Tamid Li'olam Va'ed, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. Okay, so I invite now Hal to lead us in our group discussion of the Parsha and the Haftarah.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. As we're all aware, Deuteronomy being the fifth book of the Torah is more or less a review of everything that has come before, of all the good and the bad. Excuse me. But especially it seems to be that Ikev brings a lot of it together. Ikev talks about Moses reminding the Jewish people that their key to success is obeying God's commandments. That if you don't do that, it's not going to be pleasant. It's a God, and it's a word that I don't take lightly or fully understand, but it states in here that you shall fear God if you don't follow the commandments. Fear is something that personally I don't want to live with. I rather think of myself as doing the best I can, and so be it. This Parsha also talks about the things that God has given us, that we should never think that our wealth and security is due to our efforts. It is God who gives us the ability to thrive. Self-determination was something that was stated very early on in the Torah. It's what God gave us, not for Him to decide what we do, but for us to decide how we live. And it's those issues that, in order to be a good person, whether you're Jewish or not, should be followed. At the same time, it talks about the things we shouldn't have done during our travels for those 40 years. He talks about the golden calf. He talks about other activities where he had to actually destroy people because they were coming up against him. And that's where the fear comes in, at least in the Torah. In this section, Moses states that it was God chose us as the chosen people. And that's something that we should take very strongly to heart, because he blessed us with that verdict, if you will. And he protected us from all other tribes as we moved forward in the wilderness and then finally moved into the promised land. Here again, it talks about the things that he did for us. Talks about the things that God did for us. The signs he performed in Egypt. He destroyed the Egyptian army at the sea. He preserved the people in the wilderness. He stopped the rebellion of Korah. That's where he wiped out an entire family because of their deeds. He gave us the Ten Commandments, which are the basis of what should be the lives of all people. If it would, I think this world would be a much better place. Again, everybody interprets those issues for themselves. And I'd like to say that we all hope that we all do the best we can. It's one of the reasons why we're here on Saturday mornings, is to meet friends, to engage in prayer, and hopefully also to thank God that we are here every Saturday. With that being said, I'd like to open it up to comments from you as to how you feel about this particular parsha. Yes, sir.
Too many stupid people in this world, especially in this country, that uses God's name in vain, which is very, very, very wrong. Okay? And when I was in business for myself, and somebody used this name in vain, I never say that. Say it again, Lord, you'll stop. It's simple as that. Okay? And too many stupid people use this GD. It's very wrong. Very wrong. Okay?
Okay, I understand where you're coming from.
A lot of people get mad. A lot of people get mad. And you can use foul language all you want, okay? But don't use his name in vain. It's very, a lot of people get mad, and the first thing they say is, his name in vain.
I understand what you're saying, and I hear you, and I hear those other people as well.
Too many stupid people in this world.
I don't necessarily agree that they're stupid. I think they're irreverent is what they are. I think they don't understand what they've been given as to opportunities. And everybody has, not everybody, excuse me, a lot of people have the idea when something goes wrong that they should blame God. God, to me, is not an element that will make our lives better or worse. We do that ourselves. That's where the self-determination comes in. That's where you prove in your own soul that you are better than that. And that's what we should be looking at in people. Goldie.
You had mentioned before when things go bad, like God, in the work world, if something goes bad, you
Yes.
that other people had helped.
Yes. Yeah, the acknowledgement both ways that, and we hear about this all the time when something goes wrong in the family. They try to blame somebody else for those things that go wrong. And when they don't take responsibility for their own actions or lack of actions. And that seems to be the way society has drifted, that there's always somebody else to blame. And you have to look in the mirror every morning and understand that what you see there is who's responsible. Yes, Ivan.
I don't feel compelled to speak, but
That never stopped you before.
that's right.
I'm sorry. I apologize for that.
We sit every Saturday and we hear what we are supposed to do in this good book. And you remember my theme so many times. I've said 6 years as I'm a year. It's very difficult.
Felt to be a Jew.
If you really believe it, you have all these obligations, all these things to remember. You can do it. But you don't have to worry about any reward from it, any feedback, except you are given a gold standard in Jesus, and you do the best you can to live it. You do believe in God, you do help the stranger, you do help the widow at the poor, you always have the gold standard sitting in front of you. And that's really a huge part of my observance of Judaism. You have the good and the bad, therefore choose the good way, not the bad way. And God says you gotta believe, but with your heart and your soul you have to believe, not just shake your head on Shabbos. and
Right.
say, yeah, that's a good way to do it, but you have to really believe it.
For those who couldn't hear what Ivan was just saying, is he's reiterating that it's very difficult being a Jew. There are so many commandments, there are so many things that we should be doing right, that you can't solve all of those, or you can't acquire all of those good deeds, but the job is to do the best you can with your heart and soul, and then you will have accomplished a lot. I think in general terms, that's a worldwide issue. You know, whether you're Jewish or not, most of the world believes in one God. Most of the world should listen to that one God's words. And if they did and if they followed through, I think this world would be a much better place to live in. So yes, I think we have set the tone because of what we read every Saturday. It would be wonderful if everybody else could hear it. Anything else? Yes, sir.
I'm thinking the reason there's the repetition by Moses of all this is that we need to keep it in our minds to not get too full of ourselves, not to stagnate, but keep it in the mind, you know, where we made errors and how keep ourselves humble, keep ourselves moving forward toward that goal of a better life, of a good life.
Agreed. A quote here: the Jewish people should never think that God favors them because they are more righteous than other nations. It is true that the nations God drove out of Canaan We're wicked. However, the Jewish people frequently provoke God. So you might say we're also not without sin. At Mount Sinai gave the Torah to his people. While Moses was on the mount, the people made a golden calf which they worshipped. God wanted to destroy them at this time. Moses prayed for them, and God permitted them to live. He can be very vengeful, but he can also listen and understand what you're saying. And here again, it's what's in your heart and your soul that counts, not necessarily the words that you speak. It's the actions. You're absolutely right. Ivan.
Just what a wonderful example.
Wait a minute, can we, wait a minute, I've got it right here.
My neighbor's eyes will control.
Closer.
The Supreme Court in Israel was taken out of the picture by the Prime Minister, and did the Jews just nod their head and say, well, that's politics? No. 1,000 guys in the reserve, the Haganah, were going to leave after many years of service. The New York Times last night, they're going to leave the service. They're sworn allegiance to Israel? Yes, because this is ethically wrong. They're Jewish. It's wrong. There's the Jewish state doing something, and you can't get over the fact that it was wrong. And that's the what we're talking about.
We are not immune, are we? Anybody else have any words to add? Yes, sir.
I just wanted to go back to your original quote about fear. I think I really agree with what you said. I do not totally in fear. I think we're in case of poor translation from Hebrew to English. So fear, the way we think of it in English is kind of like a terror.
Right.
Right? And I think in Hebrew it's more like a deep awareness, the word yirah, which is basically similar to we're aware of the force of gravity, right? Are we
A force of,
gravity?
yes.
We don't take it terror of it, but we don't never do anything counter to that, right? We behave in a way that will not be hurt by gravity. That's why we don't jump out of the window. So fear of God in that respect can be seen as something that is a deep awareness of God's presence, deep awareness of the fact that we don't want to do something that runs counter to God's principle. So what I'm trying to say is that it's not fear the way we think of it in English. It's
Right.
again deep awareness of something that exists.
What you're suggesting is that the definition of fear in this case, or the translation into fear in this case, may not be the right word to use. It's more of an awareness of what could happen
Yes.
if you're negligent in following what's deemed to be correct,
Yeah, generally speaking.
generally speaking. Okay. Yes.
So we want to behave in a way that is in harmony with God or the universe or everything that's around us. And I really keep being drawn back to this one prayer on page 336, which I just keep thinking of as a social worker's prayer. But essentially, the humility that we need to assess our own worth.
Closer to your mouth, please.
I need strength, humility, courage, patience. Strength to control my passions, humility to assess my own worth, courage to rise above defeats, patience to cleanse myself of imperfections, and wisdom to learn and live by our sacred teachings. Essentially, endow me with perception and courage that I may serve others with compassion and love. And so I think it's that awareness that God, or however we choose to conceptualize this source of being, that we are most in harmony with it when we behave in ways that serve others with passion and love. And as long as that is the lens through which we try to act every day, that's when we're closest to God.
It might be said that in a simplified form, the golden rule: treat other people the way you would like to be treated. And if you live by that, maybe that takes care of the rest. Any final words? Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Yasha Kilachal, thank you for a wonderful discussion. Thank all your input as well. We move now to the conclusion of the Torah service, Elenu, and the conclusion of the service in general. We start on page 374. And Bruce, if you would join me. It's Chaim Yizras. Shalom, Hashivenu, Adonai, Elecha v'noshuva, Kadesh, Kadesh Yameinu, Kadesh Yameinu, Yikedem. We turn ahead now to page 586 for the Alenu. Page 586. Alenu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asana kugayei haratzot, v'lahasamanu k'mishpachat adama, shelo sam kalkenu kohem, v'gar alenu k'chol ha'yamam, v'nachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, v'nemar v'haya Adonai v'melech al kol haaretz, hayom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. Be seated, please. We move now to remembering those, memory of honor and memory, for those who are no longer with us at this time. And please add names in the chat if you're watching online, please. And we'll take ads after I read the list from the congregation here. We remember Stephen Trombecki, brother of Laura and Ed Goldberg, uncle of Shana. Michael Ferrigno, William Fisher, Etta Gruber, Samuel Isidore, Ben Kornbluth, Joseph Lieberman, Barbara Loeb, Leonard Moskowitz, Jeffrey Povell, Celia Roberman, Jerry Savar, Doris Schnepper, Mark Spector, Ellen Wilma Stein, Mildred Mitzi Wolf. And if there are any ads for the congregation at this time?
Emmanuel Noble, Helen Noble, William Gall.
Okay. We're on page 599. Please rise. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those who we have drawn into our hearts with our own. Zikronam Livracha, may their memories be for blessing. As together we recite in their honor and memory the words of the Mourner's Kaddish, page 598. Iskadal, Iskadash, Meiraba, Bialma, Ivracha, Kirute, Viamlich, Malchute, V'chayachon, Uvyamachon, Uvchaye, Chobet Yisrael, Bagalav, Isman Kariv, Vimru, Amen. Yehi Shema Rabba Mivarach, Yolamam, Yolamei, Alamaya. Yitbarach, Yistabach, Yisboar, Yisnaseh, Yisadar, Yisalev, Yisalal, Shmei Kudusha, Richu. Leila min kol berchata, Vishirata, Tush bechata, Venechamata, Damiran Bialma, Vimru, Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba min Shemaya, V'chayim alenu v'al kol Yisrael, Vimru, Amen. Oseh Shalom b'mermav, Hu ya'aseh Shalom, alenu v'al kol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel and the world, to which we say, Amen. Please be seated. Any hodayah for this week or upcoming weeks? Announcements.
Just want to thank Goldie for the
Yes. Thank you, Goldie, for the oneg, or the kiddush. Please, everyone join us. I believe it's in the library. So please join us after the service. I want to thank all of you for participating and helping me and those watching online as well. Thank you for joining us. And simply Shabbat to you. Shabbat Shalom. Okay. Watch your Wednesday bulletin for updates. There will be some events coming up during August. I think open house Shabbat will be coming, and other events that you can watch for. It's on the Wednesday updates. Again, thank all of you. Thank Hal. Thank Goldie. Thank Sam. Thank all of you for helping me. I appreciate it very much. Okay, so any ideas for a closing hymn? Any choices? Choose or I'll choose. Go ahead. What is that? Shalom Aleichem. Okay, that's on page. Shalom Aleichem then. Okay, that's what, 620 something? 640, no. 627. Okay, 627. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Neil Shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzetzem l'shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shabbat Shalom. Please join us in the library. Forgot the page number of the Torah. It's okay. That she was reading. It's okay. Keep it on.
Yeah, no, that was very nice. Different but nice.
That's your wife.
Yeah, true.
Well done.
Can you believe last night?
Yeah.